The Mary Jones Show is on AM 1360, 610, 1240, and 1470. The Talk of Connecticut.
What a day. It's Friday, the first day of the weekend. Woo-hoo! Could not be in a bad mood today. If I tried, I'm telling you, I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend to look forward to. If you get 3 days off or even two, make the most out of them. The weather is on our side. Well, you know, I've been mentioning a couple times this week that we're going to be doing sometime in September, the date is not set yet, a show devoted to what we're calling second acts. Those folks who have kind of reinvented themselves, and I'm lining up a panel of people to participate in that show. It's going to be very inspiring, interesting. Well, I'm so pleased to be able to share the studio right now with someone who could participate in that show, because she kind of has a second act, though that's not really what we're here to talk about, though it could be. She has an unbelievably beautiful book out. It happens to be a cookbook, yep. All about food. It's an Italian cookbook. Always wanted to be Italian. I'm so pleased to meet for the first time. She is from Marlborough, Connecticut, and the author of Cindy's Kitchen, Bringing Italy to Your Home, Cindy Anschutz. Cindy, good morning. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, how badly did I just slaughter your last name?
Actually, you did a great job at it.
Really? Now, it does not sound Italian.
It is not Italian. I married a German.
You did?
So I have a German last name.
Well, your book, which just came out, it's your first book.
Yes.
And if I understand your story correctly, you have had many years' experience in corporate America and decided, which I love, that you wanted to follow your passions, your culinary passions, and so you wrote Cindy's Kitchen, Bringing Italy to Your Home. That is very cool. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
It was probably a big decision.
It really was a big decision, but I became an empty nester at a young age, and I thought it was time for me to do something for myself, and let's follow my passion, which has been cooking, and I've been cooking since I was a toddler.
So you're a home cook?
I'm a home cook, yes.
An amazing home cook.
I do. I enjoy cooking.
I know in the book you talk about some of the experience you had growing up with your Nana.
Yes.
Who was, I'm sure, a great cook. I grew up in New Britain, by the way, and as I say, not Italian, Cindy, but all of my friends were Italian. And I remember going to their homes, and it was, of course, their moms and very often their grandmothers, and the entire families would be there cooking together, eating, you know, all the courses, all the pasta, and I would come home and I would be in tears, and I would say to my mother, why can't we be Italian?
Our family was very much like that. My grandmother would start cooking first thing in the morning. She had the big pot of sauce going, and we never knew what we were going to have. It would be meatballs, lasagna, stuffed shells. It was something Italian, and she would cook so much food. And there was always people in and out of our house, and we had a large family, so we had the big dining room table in the kitchen, and there was just a constant amount of food coming through. From the time we woke up until late at night, we'd have leftovers, you know, the cold spaghetti. So it was always,
sure, and just the smells.
The smell. Our house always smelled amazing.
Well, when you were putting your cookbook together, how did you decide which recipes to include?
That was so tough. I actually swapped out quite a few towards the end because I can only put so many in this book. So I tried to take all of the family recipes and put those in there, and that's under family favorites. And those are the ones that we made quite often in our house. And the rest are just ones that either I've gotten rave reviews from during our dinner parties, or just recipes that I really enjoyed making. And some are new and some are old, but it was really difficult deciding which ones to put in there.
Well, you know, I have a horrible admission here. I often on the show, when I have books that are really good, not just cookbooks, but books in general, I give them away to the listeners. I'm keeping this one.
Okay.
I'm not giving it away. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I'm not giving it away. I love all your recipes. The photographs are just to die for, and that's such a big part of cooking and eating. It's the visual, isn't it?
It is the visual.
It's the presentation.
But I want to back up. I do have a book that you can give away to the listeners in my car.
Really? You have another one with you?
I have one book in my car.
Really? Well, then let's do it.
I think we should do that.
Let's do it. All right. If you would like to win a copy, And thank you for that, because, again, I wasn't going to give it up.
No.
And I'm a fairly generous person for the most part, but now when it comes to Cindy's Kitchen, I'm just not. But if you would like to win a copy of Cindy's book, give us a call, 1-888-574-2723. Tony, we'll just take the second caller. And so a couple of the recipes that I was looking at, for example, your Italian stuffed eggplant.
Oh, yeah. Eggplant is my favorite. And this one was used because I had an eggplant that I really wanted to use, and I had ingredients left over in the refrigerator, and it was really just, let's use these up, and came up with this recipe, and it was just amazing.
Who took the photographs? I need to ask that, because
they're local
stunning.
photographers. One, her name is Nikki Nicole Photography, and she's right in Wethersfield. And another photographer is from Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Sean Kelly. So the both of them spent a lot of time with me taking the photographs.
They are beautiful.
Thank you very much.
They are beautiful. And not being the home chef that you are, I'll just speak for myself, Cindy. When I look at cookbooks, I really need photographs, because it's what for me separates some recipes from others.
Yes.
And I'm not always drawn to ones that don't have photographs. Plus, of course, it shows me what it's supposed to look like.
Exactly. And I think most of us do eat with our eyes. Even when you go to a restaurant, you look at a plate. If it doesn't look so good, you may not dig into it. But if it looks beautiful, you're more apt to enjoy that plate better.
And we have our winner on the line. Tony will talk to our winner in a minute. He's getting some information, who just won Cindy's Kitchen. When did it come out?
Oh, it just came out 2 weeks ago. And if you'd like, I would love to sign the cookbook for the winner.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. You'll need to put those on, if you would, just for a second,
okay,
so we can say hello and congratulations to. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Mary. It's Carolyn from New Britain.
Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, it is nice to talk to you, another New Britain person.
I know.
We're all about the Italian food from New Britain, aren't we?
We are. And actually, we live on Hazelmere Road, which is down the road from where you grew up.
I know exactly where Hazelmere is. It's kind of behind the college.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, it is so nice to talk to you. Well, congratulations, Carolyn. Wait till you see this book. Cindy is right here. Cindy, say hi to Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Cindy. I can't wait.
Oh, wait until you see it. Now, were you Italian?
No, but I have to tell you, when I was born, I needed blood for some reason, and my mother's doctor was Italian and gave his blood to me, and she said, if she likes Italian food, I'll know why.
Oh, that is great. That is great. And you do like Italian food, I take it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Oh,
Love
goodness. It. Well, so Cindy very kindly is given a book, and she's going to autograph it for you.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Now, do you have any favorite Italian recipes, just in general, Carolyn, that you like to make or that you wish you could make?
Well, I make lasagna. I make my own meatballs. I make eggplant parmesan,
and
cutlets.
So you have some good ones down, but
yeah. Well, they're all in my head now, you know.
Yes. Well, you're going to get inspired with some new recipes as soon as you pick up Cindy's Kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, that is great. Carolyn, thank you for listening. I'm so glad you won, and you are going to love this book.
Congratulations, Carolyn.
Thank you. Now, I have to pick it up, right, because I was off the radio.
Yes, talk to Tony.
Okay, thank you.
Talk to Tony, thanks, and he'll give you all the information. Oh, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, Cindy?
Oh, that was so much fun. And I also wanted to say that this book is available on Amazon.com.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
It's everywhere. Can you stay with us?
Of course.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We're speaking with Cindy Anschutz. See, if it was Italian, I'd have an easier time pronouncing that. Cindy's Kitchen is the title of the book. We will be back with Cindy. If you have any questions, give us a call, 1-888-574-2723. When we come back, Cindy, I would love to talk to you about your recipe for just a simple marinara sauce.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Of course we can.
Because a lot of Italian food, that's where it begins.
Oh, it does.
It starts with the sauce. Exactly. This is Mary Jones on a great, great Friday. Stay with us.
You're listening to The Mary Jones Show on the Talk of Connecticut.
The author of Cindy's Kitchen, Bringing Italy to Your Home, is in studio with us today. Cindy, it's so nice to meet you. You know, I would love to ask you about, and let's talk in just a minute about marinara sauce because, as we mentioned, it all starts with the sauce. But I know we were talking during the break about the fact that, and you were saying that folks do not need to feel intimidated by cooking.
Oh, no, it's really easy, and you don't need a lot of ingredients to make a delicious meal. My motto is 1 or 2 bowls, 1 pan, easy cleanup, delicious meal. And it can be easy. With a little bit of planning, you can make a great meal, and that's what I always use.
And especially these days when so many folks are busy. You know, you have moms and dads, and they're both working, and who has time for a complicated process anyway?
Exactly. And I always try to make meals that I can make the meal once, and maybe the next night change it up a little bit. So with easy planning, again, you could make one meal and use it a couple of nights and just change it up a little bit, that your family doesn't really know that you're using those same ingredients. They think they're eating a different meal.
Now, when you make marinara sauce, do you make a huge pot and freeze it? Do you freeze all your sauce?
What I do is, if I'm making the time to make a marinara, I will make a huge pot full, and I will freeze it a couple different ways. You can put them in little Ziploc baggies and take the air out so they're flat, and you stack them in your freezer, so it's not taking up a lot of room, and you'll get to just pull it out whenever you need it. Or you can can it. I do a lot of canning with the fresh tomatoes, and I'll make a marinara and do it that way. But I'll never just make a small pot of sauce if I'm going to make it. And the great thing about marinara, the longer it's in the pot, the better it gets. So get it going first thing in the morning and let it simmer all day. And it also makes your house smell amazing.
I'm laughing. There's a woman, I don't know if you know her. She happens to be from Marlborough also. She's a realtor. Her name is Enza Dandino. She's with Prudential, Connecticut. And I was talking to her. She's Italian. And she was talking about making some biscotti or something. And I said, well, next time you make a batch, you know, I'd love to try one. And she laughed and she said, Mary, I don't know how to make a batch. I can only make like 6 batches.
Exactly.
And I can only make it in a huge quantity. She said, I wouldn't know what to do to just make like a batch.
My husband always says that because we're empty nesters. And when I go to cook, he's like, who else is coming over tonight? Because there's always so much food in our house. So if people do just happen to pop in, you know, I can feed a full family.
So walk us through, Cindy, how you make a sauce.
Well, it all starts with good tomatoes. So when I make a sauce, I use fresh tomatoes. And I always put a lot of garlic. So start the pan with diced onions, lots of garlic, maybe some shallot. And then I let the tomatoes simmer for a long time. And I add in, you know, the herbs. And they can be dried or fresh, depending on the time of year. You know, basil, parsley, oregano. I put a lot of seasoning in it. And it really depends on if I want my sauce a little sweet, I'll put a little sugar in it. If I want a little spicy, I'll add some red pepper flakes. So it really depends on what I'm trying to achieve with my marinara. But I always start it first thing in the morning.
Because you let it cook for hours.
I let it simmer all day long.
And then the house smells so wonderful.
It smells so good. Oh. And the sauce just gets better because the tomatoes just fall apart and they just become really nice.
So in the winter, do you use canned tomatoes?
Well, I can my own tomatoes.
So you use...
I can them. So this time, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be canning a few bushels of tomatoes. And that'll get me through the winter.
You'll be using.
Yes.
Now, I'm curious. When you make meatballs, do you put bread in your meatballs?
No, I use 3 different types of meat, hamburg, pork, and veal, and I actually use Italian breadcrumbs in mine, and that's it, and lots of eggs. And
I remember growing up, and one of my friends' moms would take white bread and soak it in milk, I think.
Yes, soak it
in
milk.
And then put that in their meatballs.
My grandmother did that, but I don't really eat bread.
I was going to say, not that white bread is really that good for us.
Yeah, no, I use Italian breadcrumbs. Yeah.
And you spent a little time in Tuscany. We were talking about that in terms of traveling, vacationing.
Yes, Tuscany was, I've been to Italy several times, and I would say that was one of my favorite places. You know, from the views to the food. The food was just amazing. And what I loved about it is you got to try so many different choices in a restaurant because it's how many plates can you eat? And it's all small plates. So it's just constant food coming, and you just get to try all different.
And it's very true, isn't it? And I got the sense, Cindy, when I was looking through your cookbook, again, the title of which is Cindy's Kitchen, Bringing Italy to Your Home. It is everywhere. The photographs, stunning.
Thank you.
The food. And when I was looking through it yesterday, Cindy, I was just remembering having been in Italy too, and realizing that it really is all about good Italian food. Is all about fresh ingredients.
It is.
It's about simple recipes in terms of it does not need to be complicated.
Exactly.
And eating kind of in moderation, would you say that? I'm sure you observed that over there.
Definitely. You don't need to eat a lot at once. You want to enjoy multiple, maybe like one meatball, a little piece of lasagna. So you want to try a variety of food, but you don't want to eat too much of it.
And you don't see a lot of overweight people in Italy.
No, you know what? We noticed that. You do not see a lot of overweight people in Italy at all. But my book does have a lot of great recipes in it. Some that, that I shared from my visit in Tuscany, and just some recipes that I've just have created throughout the years. And of course, spending time in my grandmother's kitchen, I have a lot of those recipes in there. And there's a lot of recipes on my website that are not in the book. So cindystable.com is my website, and I have a lot of great recipes that just didn't make it into the book.
Stuffed turkey breast.
Yes.
And as you say in the book, do not wait until Thanksgiving to eat turkey. Talk about this recipe, if you would, because it is so pretty. It looks like something that we would want to serve to company.
It is. And again, I think because I was a single mom for a long time and I never wanted to waste any food, this recipe was a clean out the refrigerator recipe.
Oh, really?
It was. And I had some ingredients right in the house, and I had bought the turkey breasts, and I just threw it together. So a lot of my favorite meals, I open the refrigerator and put it all together, and they just seem to come out really nice.
I noticed also when I was perusing your book yesterday, and I really liked this, that there are many of your recipes in here that don't have like 25 ingredients.
Right, and a lot of my recipes are like that. I don't think you need a lot of ingredients to make an amazing meal, and we entertain a lot. And a lot of the food that we serve have just a few ingredients, short time to make, and they can be made ahead of time.
Mint and basil pesto, I want to talk to you about that, by the way, because pesto, I have never frozen pesto, but I bet you probably have.
I do all the time. As a matter of fact, I just made a big batch of walnut pesto.
This is the time of year to do it.
Yes.
We have, someone's asking you to repeat the website.
Oh, it's cindystable.com.
Cindystable.com. That's yes. CINDYS.
Yes.
No apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
Cindystable.com.
Yes.
And the book is everywhere. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. You can get the link to Amazon from my website.
And did you mention there are some additional recipes?
Yes, on my website, I have a large variety of recipes on there.
Now, Cindy, I'm curious, not to put you on the spot, but you have this spectacular cookbook. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a Jack Russell?
I do. My dog, Jake.
Yes. That's great. He's adorable.
Yes.
Love Jack Russell.
Yes. And on my website, I have a little spot for him. It's called Jake's Treats.
Really?
So he has I have some puppy recipes as well.
Well, so my question is, what are you going to do next? Do you think there's another cookbook in you?
There could be another cookbook in me. I've been auditioning for TV shows, and we're hoping those are coming close. So,
well, that's what I was wondering, because I think you should be.
Yes.
If you weren't, I was going to make that suggestion.
Yes, I've been working really hard at auditioning for several TV shows, and we'll be getting a lot of callbacks. So I think something will happen very soon.
And you, who in the early part of your career, again, corporate America for over 20 years. Software training, recruiting,
yes.
And now look at you.
I know, it's been an amazing journey. It really has.
In a nutshell, kind of switching the gears for a moment, but there are so many folks who get to a point in their life, whether it's 35 or 55, and say to themselves, I'm just not happy doing this. What would make me happy is doing that. What was the impetus for you? Not to just think about it, but you've made it happen, Cindy.
I have made it happen, and I have to give kudos to my husband, because he really nudged me, do what's going to make you happy. You've been in corporate America for 25 years. You love to cook. We love to entertain. You're great at cooking. You have the personality to be in front of people. Just do it. So he really, kicked me off the edge, if you will, to make me do this, and he's been extremely supportive. And now it's been just an amazing journey that I don't even look back to corporate America. I'm really happy with where I am now, even though it's a little scary because I don't know where the future will bring me.
There's a lot of unknown.
There is a lot of unknowns, but I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm going to continue doing this.
Oh, isn't that great? I'd love to have you come back at some point. You just mentioned entertaining, and entertaining is something, and I gleaned this from your book, Cindy, that you do a lot of it.
We do a lot of entertaining, yes.
That you've probably mastered. Simple entertaining, because I think that's one of the things that discourages women from entertaining because it can be a lot of work. It can be very stressful, Cindy, but it doesn't have to be.
No, it can be, but you're right, it doesn't have to be. With simple planning, and our entertaining is, we don't mean 4 or 6 people. We entertain 30 people at a time at our house, and it goes off like nothing, very effortless, and we enjoy it. And I've actually put together almost a book, I should say, and with entertaining and how to plan your parties and make it that everybody has a good time, including yourself.
See, that's the key right there.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So you can have fun. You're not overly stressful. Is part of what you do to do a lot of things in advance?
A lot of things in advance, yeah. So when I plan what we'll be serving while we're entertaining, I'll start cooking earlier that week. If it's, slicing up some eggplant, grilling it, putting it in the freezer. So there's so many things that you could prepare in advance. So when it comes down to the day of entertaining, it's just putting it all together and serving it.
Cindy's Table, bringing Italy to your home. You have to get this book. The recipes, spectacular.
Thank you.
The photographs, stunning.